Good morning, fellow Earthlings. I was awoken by some of the loudest and spookiest thunder I've ever heard. And for some reason, that has put me in a really bad mood. So watch the rest of this video at your own risk. Though I should really try to cheer up because I have so much to be grateful for. And after the worst storms usually come beautiful rainbows. Happy Labor Day, y'all. We are tracking Invest 91L. Models have backed way off it forming into anything serious. But I've warned y'all, I will stay paranoid probably through all of October as it comes to hurricanes. Due to the fact that I tried to stay optimistic on hurricanes and atmospheric defense team and Prayer Warriors and Asteroid Fight Club. And then Louisiana got hit super hard. And then the Northeast got hit super hard. So at this point, I don't see any reason to be super optimistic about hurricane formation. Anyway, what am I talking about? The low, as we saw in that, is down here. And so now this is getting hit with a lot of dry air and a lot of wind shear. But it's going to take about 100 hours to go from here to here. So the chance of it developing into a tropical depression or a tropical storm, are still there. And, Mother Nature has a tendency to surprise us. So I would even say there's like a 5 to 10% chance of a hurricane. Anywho. And I'm creeped out by the whole tic-tac-toe pattern. Right now we're looking at the 10th. And so that would, on the 10th at 8 a.m., it would have passed Florida. But it's the tic-tac-toe pattern we saw with Ida, although the major hurricane was in the middle. Anywho, what am I talking about? Black swan events are becoming less rare. That's literal. And I stole that joke from Raul Malhorta. I don't want to be in a bad mood anymore, man. And also, I want to let you guys know again that even though this is the Florida chart, I live in Texas, and the coronavirus just totally ripped through Texas over the last 3 weeks. One of my friends is probably going to lose their grandmother, and then another one of my friends, his sister's husband had to go to the hospital from it, and so it has been a very stressful 2 to 3 weeks for me personally, as this thing has just been ripping. Like Florida's now over in its worst average deaths a day. It's now over 300, so it's worse than the virus has ever been. So I'm just saying, I don't know. I got so frustrated. I went out Saturday night to a bar to watch my friend's band. It was crowded and a bunch of people there, and I woke up with a sore throat today. So, I could die in a week, and, that was a risk I took. I was so frustrated. I was like, hey, man, I don't know. If everybody's just going to argue all the time and the whole world is going to fall apart, would I miss much if I died of the virus? Anyway, we'll find out. I'm in quarantine now. Anyway, what's it talking about? And so for the last 5 days, all of weather Twitter has been talking about how posting a single long-range deterministic model run, but this is only one model run, doesn't mean it'll come true. Disclaimer, is still posting a single long-range deterministic model run. Stop. It is wrong, and you know it. I'm like, look, y'all, I am pro-choice when it comes to posting 10-day GFS models with a disclaimer, even though it is wildly unpopular by pro-Mets and weather Twitter. Asteroid Fight Club can handle that shit. Ain't no grandmothers dying from me posting a GFS run 7 days out or 10 days out or even 16 days out. I don't know why Mets treat human beings like they're a bunch of babies. Anyway, happy Labor Day. I think I've made 75, 76 videos since I took a day off, which was on August 13th. That was my last day off. Anyway. And Mercury goes retrograde on the 27th this month. And we will see Moon and Venus align on September 9th. Just letting you know. Wildfires are just ripping through the West. Yeah, see Weather Twitter talk more about how bad posting 10-day GFS model runs is compared to the wildfires or the devastation in Louisiana or the Northeast or the dangers we face for the rest of hurricane season. Just crazy to me. But it's like everybody's going crazy these days. Unfortunately, the bridge fire just east of Auburn now appears to be taking off under hot and extremely dry conditions. Hopefully an aggressive air attack can box this in soon. Otherwise, this fire has high potential if it gets established in the American River Canyon. I don't know. Just this morning, it's one of those rare days when I want to be like everybody else and be like, we're doomed. Everything's just going to continually get worse. But no, I believe that things will get better in spring of 2022, though things will get really shitty increasingly up until October 9th and then through December. Okay, great. Fire activity has rapidly picked up on the bridge fire in the last hour after the fire initially appeared to be holding. Hoping a heavy air attack on this fire can help firefighters make another miraculous stop in the Sierra foothills. Harry Shearer letting us know that a week after Ida, 61% of New Orleans is still without power. That is not good. Yeah, so far this year we've had $22 billion disasters in the weather, which is a record. And I think most of y'all are, understand my style, where it's like I present a worst case scenario, and then if it doesn't verify, we celebrate. And if it's a quote unquote bust, then we're happy. So what's the stuff in Canada? Because now on September 16th, which is technically 10 days away, models have been consistently drawing up something coming out of the Gulf. So the two areas we have been watching are the one around the 14th to the 16th or 17th, and then the one around the 9th through the 11th. And we will continue to do that. And technically, the peak hurricane season is exactly September 10th. So it's like, let's say hurricanes were terrorists. And for whatever reason, this was the number one terrorist around the terrorist holiday that they like to attack. So it's best to be be careful. I mean, just this whole, and I'm almost betting this is when we're going to be super paranoid from this area. And I would almost bet you a Coke that we will see another landfalling hurricane around the 5-day window after October 9th. It was like when I put out all those warnings for August 27th, and then 5 days after the 27th, we were on the lookout for a hurricane. Ida hit. So Ida, Invest 91, you can see that it's got a whole giant track of heavy rain, and this is almost like hurricane-like rain or tropical storm-like rain, and it just stops in Florida. I still don't trust it, but I've told y'all I'm going to be paranoid through October 20th. Larry's a freaking monster, and everybody's making jokes about how Larry is a donut, and that's fine. And I highly recommend everybody going nuts for donuts this morning if that is your choice. I went to the grocery store last night, so no need for donuts. Walmart has these knockoff Girl Scout cookies that they sell for $1.34. Oh my God, they're so good, and they're such a great value. But yeah, there's the area we are watching. And remember, if something does develop, as this moves, it won't get to here for at least 3 or 4 more days. So yeah. And whatever. Right now the Euro's barely got it. It's like a tropical depression. Although the GFS really has it developing right after it moves over Florida. So it's like nothing, and then it becomes this thing right after it moves over Florida. So that's why I'm just, I don't know. Why am I so punchy today? Why am I so punchy? Is it the stress of being $518 away from my September fundraiser goal? No, I think I've got enough money to pay my bills for at least another 6 or 7 days. And thank you to everybody out there. You guys are awesome and are incredible to me, and I appreciate that so much. Yeah, this only goes 48 hours out, so it doesn't show anything developing over the next 48 hours. But you're still going to get some heavy rain up there and possibly some along the coast. He was the bad Leroy Brown. He was the baddest cat in the whole dang town. They say he was meaner than a junkyard dog. Yeah, heavy, severe weather to look out for tomorrow, I believe. Just showing graphics. Here is more graphics. I like this one, though. So I shall show it again. Yeah, look how fast these two things popped up. This is the one that woke me up this morning. It was so loud. It was so loud I woke up and prayed. Like, as soon as I woke up from the thunder. Which I think is kind of cute, but whatever. All right. What did you have for breakfast? Storm Chaser Nick is so clever. I got to give him extra bonus creative points for this one. Okay, it's a donut that looks like a hurricane, or reverse vice. FBI warns of increased cyber attacks over Labor Day weekend. And you know what the media is not talking about? That over the last few months, like 50% of hospitals have been under ransomware attacks. For some reason, media never talks about it. Yeah, things are sketchy and weird and strange and dangerous. Some 650 million years ago, the Earth may have looked something like this. A global snowball. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Or maybe Earth looked like your face, Renee. I know. Isn't it weird when scientists use the word may or maybe? Good morning. But hey, Larry, surfs up. Brian McNulty surfs up. This distant, long-lived, powerful hurricanes like Larry still have an impact on the U.S. East Coast. It comes in the form of large swells and wave energy. These elevated water levels will affect the U.S. East Coast from Wednesday through the weekend. I don't want to trigger anybody, and I know it's going to, but one of the reasons I took the vaccine, there were many. I took 2 Moderna shots. And so I was kind of like a guinea pig for everybody. You would get to see, did I have side effects? Did it work? Did I still get the virus? Did I go to the hospital after vaccines and then getting the virus? Did I die after, And so me going out, it was a big test. And no matter what happens, I will keep you guys informed. All hail will likely be the main concern with any thunderstorm that erupts across northern Minnesota to the north woods of Wisconsin and the upper peninsula of Michigan. Damaging winds will also be a concern with the potential for some flooding downpours. And then as the storm system travels eastward on Wednesday, it is forecast to bring heavy thunderstorms to cities in the northeast, which were recently impacted by Ida. So that'll be more problems. Impressive wind shear fields across the Great Lakes tomorrow with strong system passing, whatever. You can read. We're looking at the map brought to us by Storm Weather 1. But let me say, the show I saw Saturday night was so great. I had such a great time. And I hadn't seen that many beautiful women in one place since July 11th, 2019. So I guess if I did die, it was worth it? Asterisk. Whatever. Man, these are strange days, dude. And I'm trying to figure out why the atmospheric defense team shit the bed with Ida. That really messed me up. And I miss cranky weather guy. Because it seems like the atmospheric defense team has been doing a great job. Maybe they didn't have the dry air to work with, or wind shear, or I don't know. Why does everything have to be so confusing all the time? Once again, shout out to all the first responders, including police officers, and firefighters, and doctors, and nurses, and all the hardworking people out there helping keep the world together. 3 new wildfires ignite in California as the Caldor fire slows. Yeah. And as I've told y'all, weird. Last year was the very first pandemic year we've ever had in our generation. And so we at least got a glimpse of what pandemic winter is going to look like. And so, I don't know, it's going to be weird and crazy through the winter. And then hopefully spring will be okay. Yeah, so we're watching Invest 91L, and then around the 14th, in about 10 days, 8 days, we're watching for the possibility of something coming up. And all the model runs have it going like into here and then moving up the coast. I don't know, it's weird, but it's 8 days out. So we could get something bad. We could get a total bust. Either way. Yesterday, we had 5 sunspots on the sun. Today, we have 4. And auroras for no particular reason. We're talking no solar flares, no coronal mass ejections. No problem. Saturday night into Minnesota, Greg Ash photographed auroras without any special solar activity. That's what she said. What? Hey, calm down. Don't make me Ellerman bomb your face. Bombs are going off in the new sunspot AR2866. They're called Ellerman bombs. A handful are circled in this image taken yesterday by Philippe Dossi of Nimes, France. So, I don't know. Bombs on the sun. Bombs over Baghdad. Okay. What if I run out of cool shit to talk about? I keep thinking it's Sunday, but no, it is Monday. Tom Brady thinks the virus will play more of a role in the NFL season this year. And that's what is weird and crazy about it all. Is like in 2020 we had lockdowns and a lot more people wore masks and, remote learning. And so now the strategy for this year in the winter is like we're busting through it or whatever. We'll see. James Spann, impressive fire world yesterday in the Quincy fire in California. Yes. Impressive smoke NATO or whatever. Lanza confirming what I said, that holy crap, this thunder, I live right here. So that's part of the reason that I was like, oh my God, that thunder was so loud, but it was really loud, man. All right, I guess I live over here. Somewhere around there. There's still over 500,000 people without power in Louisiana. And yeah, yesterday we had 2 B-class solar flares. They may or may not be Earth-directed. Well, they were small, so it's no big deal, even if they were, man. How are you doing? I ask you what you had for breakfast. I had Pringles. Sour cream. All right, so everybody have a great day. I will try to cheer up. Maybe it's the dark moon energy. So there's always dark moon energy right before the new moon. And the new moon happens at about 10:30 Texas time tonight. So I bet I'll be cheered up by then. And I want to say again, Astro Fight Club, I super duper amazingly appreciate y'all. Y'all are incredible. And, if I don't get sick this week, then I guess next week I'm going to go see Shang-Chi. It has gotten great reviews. And also, if you haven't watched Only Murders in the Building with Steve Martin Short, and Selena Gomez on Hulu, it is great. Episode 3 made me laugh out loud 15 times. Yeah, I count them. And there's an old movie by Steve Martin called Parenthood. And it's one of my favorite comedies of all time. And somehow it manages to address school shootings, bomb threats in schools, and the abortion discussion while maintaining a very high comedy rate and being heartwarming at the same time. It was one of Keanu Reeves' earliest roles, and that's Joaquin Phoenix, dude. And then Diane Wiest, Martin Landis, I forgot his name. Steve Martin, one of my favorite actors of all time. Jason wrote Bards. A heck of an amazing cast. Anyway, if you've never seen the movie Parenthood, I recommend watching it. If you have seen it, I'd go back and watch it. I rewatched it again. Made me cry a bunch of times. Yeah, anyway. Okay, everybody have a super duper great, fantastic Monday. Okay, peace out. Stay cool. Talk to y'all soon. God bless everyone.